Hello, it's Wes Crow again, and I just thought I would put some thoughts out there on YouTube vlogging and spellcasting. Like I've mentioned in other videos, like my first haul, I remember I was mentioning how I couldn't find any tapered candles or a good selection of colors in them, or a good selection of incense in my local area around here. And then I even made a video about incense and coins, and I lit one of the few incense sticks I had, and it was amazing. It was like being transported right back to when I used to meditate all the time. And it's definitely something I have been incorporating and have enjoyed incorporating back into my meditation. It's been amazing. It's been that sort of that missing piece. And then also shortly after that, I commented on somebody else's video on a review of the Halloween Oracle deck, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was in love with it. And that was all well and good. Then I went to another town over, a few towns over, and I had some time to kill, and I went into one of their stores. It wasn't a dollar store, it was just sort of like a cheap store, and they had a shitload, like a ton of different colored tapered candles, different scents of incense sticks, and I loaded up, I stocked up. And then later on that day, I was passing through the town I grew up in, and I went to the witchy store there that I hadn't been to in a long time, and I wanted to get something. I wanted to support the local store, and I wanted to pick up something specifically for myself, and I was hoping to get maybe a tarot deck, because I have tons and tons of oracle decks, and I wanted to do some more, get back into place with the sort of Rider-Waite Smith type of tarot again, because there's tons out there that I want, that I've been watching all the reviews on that I want. So I went there looking for that, or maybe a book, or maybe a crystal, but the crystals were pretty overpriced there, so I was looking at the tarot decks, and there's a Halloween deck, the Halloween tarot, and it was a little bit more kitschy than I like, and the shop owner said, well, I have this Halloween Oracle deck, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to have this, because I knew from the review I really liked it, and then just holding the box, I knew I had to have it, so that's what I got. But it was all in a very short period of time. Like within a few weeks of posting, I was finding this stuff. The main way I do spell work is I write a letter. I write a letter to the powers that be, to the universe, to whatever. It's almost sort of like a letter to myself, but it's kind of directed at somebody else, to the universe. Just sort of stating what I would like. Usually it's to help out with more like what are some things I need to work on, but I did use it to try and help me find a house, and it worked. The very next house I saw after writing my letter to the universe, or to myself, whatever, was the house we ended up with. It wasn't the house we settled on. We didn't settle on it right away. I didn't see this house, and it wasn't love at first sight. I asked for a house that met all of our needs, and was affordable. So we saw this house, wasn't really what we wanted. We checked around all over the place, and then we came back to this house, and this was the house that we ended up getting. So I mean, I should have paid more attention. I should have, yeah. So it works. So what I do is I write the letter, and then I fold it up, and I take it outside, and I burn it, well, focusing on my intention in a little metal dish I have. And I let it burn till it smokes out into ashes. Then I take some water, and I add the water to the ashes, mix it up, and pour it over some dirt. So I'm sort of incorporating all the different elements in my mind, and I'm sort of just releasing that out to the universe. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is YouTube has kind of become this sort of open letter to myself, but everybody else gets to see it. But it's sort of maybe along those same wavelengths, is that I'm sort of putting stuff out into the universe. And I'm wondering if anybody else's thoughts, or if anybody else has had any experiences where maybe YouTube has almost sort of acted in a way, maybe I'm reading too much into this, I'm probably reading too much into this. Has anybody else had experiences where YouTube maybe worked in almost a sort of spell working type of way? Or what are your thoughts on YouTube vlogging and spell work? Or are there other types, like, in my first witchy vlog, I had witches almanac or calendar, whatever, the little date book, and it actually had some stuff in there to read. And there's one on smartphones spellcrafting or something like that. And I thought it was funny at the time, but is there actually, like, I haven't looked into it. Does anybody do YouTube spell working? Is that a thing? And I'm not really sure what I think about the whole blogging being a side product, being almost like spell work. But it was something that came to my mind and my forethought, and I thought, maybe I'll share this. Since the point of this channel was to start sort of being my own sort of video vlog, I haven't done much of that other than the YouTube weekly page challenge stuff. So yeah, I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on this, if anybody else has had any other experiences like that. Anyways, bye.